Fios One, the one place for everything on our island. You're watching Fios One on Long Island, featuring news, weather, traffic, and sports. Real stories about real people on Long Island. Fios One, the one place for everything on our island.
Tonight we're at the home of the Golden Eagles. We join you from Bethpage High School in Bethpage, New York, as Verizon Fios One Sports brings you Long Island High School girls basketball. Tonight it's the Bethpage Golden Eagles at 5-5. They welcome in the 6-4 Sewanhaka Indians. Both programs play in Nassau County Conference A2, and right now Sewanhaka, the defending champs of this league at 4-1, chasing division, and Bethpage also fighting for a playoff spot. Hi everybody, welcome here again to Bethpage High School alongside former Marist College standout guard Julianne Vianney. I'm Ralph Bednarczyk. Sewanhaka captured the conference last year for the first time since 1993. And a young team, Julianne, that's still growing. They've won 3 straight games in a row, trying to do it again, taking on a much older Bethpage team, trying to put together their own playoff push.
Oh yeah, Sewanhaka is trying to defend their championship from last year, a very young team. And Bethpage has a slew of seniors and the more physical team of the two. Sewanhaka playing without one of their better players in Michelle Niles, and the sign of a really growing team is winning league games on the road.
And certainly for this Sewanhaka team, without Niles, they may put more pressure today on their point guard. She's a sophomore, but already a 2-year starter in Daniela Ford.
Oh, and you said it, without Niles, she will really need to be able to step up and control the tempo and the ball and do even more scoring than the norm. She is their catalyst and motivator, and the perfect one to step up to this challenge.
Bethpage graduated 3 big seniors off of last year's team. It's been a junior, Julianne, right now that stepped up in a big way. That's Danielle Nendza.
Nendza has 4 straight double-doubles, 6 of 7. She's playing the best out of anyone on the team and is completely relentless. Definitely their best and most skilled offensive and defensive player.
So a league game here at Bethpage High School. Sewanhaka, the defending champs of this conference, looking for the big road win. Sewanhaka visiting Bethpage. We're coming back with starting lineups and more on Verizon Fios One Sports.
Run to Bears, we got the furniture for your baby, toddler, and teen.
Bears is New York's family-owned destination for baby and kids furniture since 1906. We're family-owned and operated, so you get the expert help and friendly customer service you won't find online or at those big box stores. Visit our showroom for the largest selection and the finest quality furniture with the most knowledgeable staff, all for the best value. Don't miss our summer of savings. New sales every week.
Oh, run to Bears.
Have questions about cremation? Visit our website at www.acsofnewyork.com. Have questions about cremation? Call 516-546-4626.
At Acura of Valley Stream, you get the best of the best. Acura of Valley Stream has our best price on our best selection of new and certified pre-owned Acuras. This month, you can lease a new 2013 Acura MDX for just $439 a month for 36 months from Acura of Valley Stream. And nobody treats you better than Acura of Valley Stream. Buy the best from the best. Acura of Valley Stream on West Merrick Road in Valley Stream. Online at vsacura.com.
If you lost your best friend, Sparky was the best dog a kid could have. How far would you go to bring him back?
Sparky, you're alive!
He brought back Sparky
with lightning and boom!
From Tim Burton.
Mr. Whiskers left a message. Did you get that out of the litter box?
Disney's Frankenweenie. Rated PG.
Never lose your kid's favorite movie again. Press the on-demand button on your remote to own this movie now.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Aww. You should pick that up.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
It's Long Island High School girls basketball today on Verizon Fios One Sports as Bethpage hosts the Sewanhaka Indians. Today's game is being brought to you by Watch ESPN. It's the ESPN Networks live on your smartphone, tablet, and computer. Go to Verizon.com/FiosTVOnline.com for more details. Time now to get you ready with our starting lineups. For Sewanhaka, forward runs the point with Wisniewski, Weinschreider, McCall, and Hayes. Jacqueline Zizzo running the point with Julie Considine, Nendza, Giacovelli, and Nicole D'Angio up front for Bethpage. The coaches, Alex Supio is doing a wonderful job. He's a Northport product, now in his 7th season coaching Sewanhaka, looking to get to the playoffs for the 3rd straight year. And a new coach, Joe Ingleterra, in his 1st season coaching this Bethpage varsity girls team. He had spent 14 years part of the JV boys program and the Bethpage boys side, now coaching the girls this year for the first time. We look ahead to today's game with our Verizon 411 keys to the game.
For Sewanhaka, they need to have effective pressure defense. They need to get easy transition hoops off of their press, and they need to have team rebound. They've got to keep D'Angio off the board. She averages 15 rebounds per game. For Bethpage, they've got to take advantage of the second chances. They need to rebound and get those second chance opportunities. They've got to also play with poise. They're going to be pressured by a tough defense. They will play aggressive, and the youth must not get rattled.
Our officials today: on the left, Jim Zanfardino; on the right, Rob Soroski will do the honors. With Bethpage taking on Sewanhaka, the Golden Eagles on their home floor. They'll be in the white-on-white uniforms. Sewanhaka will be in the purple on purple. A year ago, the two teams split a pair of meetings, both teams winning on their home floor. On the jump, Casey Hayes there for Sewanhaka, and it'll be Nicole D'Angio on the right for Bethpage. Hayes, only a freshman, already a 6-footer though, as Bethpage winning the tap, but immediately stolen away, taken back by Rachel Wisniewski. Now Wisniewski is starting for the talented sophomore Michelle Niles. Normally she's an excellent outside shooter off the bench. So here is Sewanhaka with possession as Hayes is up top. And now Daniela Ford running the point. Ford goes inside to McCall on the pull-up. That won't go for McCall. And the rebound controlled here by Bethpage, Jacqueline Zizzo. First year starting senior point guard. Dealt with a lot of nagging injuries throughout her career, but finally healthy as a senior. On the cut, Danielle Nendza. And Nendza has been sensational for Bethpage. Can't get that to fall. And the rebound last touched by D'Angio. And Sewanhaka will have it here. Still no score in the opening possession for both teams.
And both teams coming out in man-to-man and just half-court type play. No full-court pressure that we see just yet.
Sewanhaka would love to start pressuring Bethpage, but they got to get a hoop first, as up top it's Ford using the screen of McCall. And then outside, kicking here, Daniela Weinschreider. Weinschreider, an excellent shooter as well. She is only a freshman. As we said, the talent of this Sewanhaka team is very young. Weinschreider to try to beat the shot clock, couldn't get that to go. And rebound, Nicole D'Angio, we'll be saying that often. She right now leads Long Island in rebounding at 15 rebounds per game. Julie Considine up top, Jacqueline Zizzo can't get the shot. Rebound pulled in by Bethpage, that's Megan Giacovelli, but the ball picked up by Wisniewski, and Sewanhaka the other way.
But rebounding, I think, is going to be a reoccurring theme that we're going to talk about throughout the game for both these teams, because it's important that they're both stepping up to the boards to get those second chances.
Wisniewski airballing the three, and that's out of bounds. So for the Indians, they are missing a key player, Michelle Niles, all class last year for Coach Alex Supios, a basketball junkie. She's been putting up some good numbers. Wisniewski steps in, but it's a little bit of a different look. This is the first game Niles is missing due to sinus infection, as this one thrown away by Zizzo. But for any team, college teams, high school teams, when you take a player out, that's such a critical component all of a sudden in your lineup, it may take some time to get adjusted.
Oh, it definitely changes things. And Wisniewski can come in and she can really shoot the ball, but she doesn't quite have that court sense that Niles has, and you can't teach that court sense that Michelle has. So not having her on the court definitely does change the rhythm of the team.
Tie up, but this will stay with Sewanhaka. As you see Coach Joe Ingleterra coaching his 11th game on the girls' side at any level. So this has still been quite the learning experience for him as a coach. Wisniewski out of the corner, drilling a three, and they're going to need that. That one, a high arcer, almost caught the ceiling.
And that shot just did not look like it was going in. It was actually kind of an interesting hand motion that she had with that, and shot. She wasn't quite set, but she was able to nail it.
And we have a whistle on the floor coming here against Sewanhaka. Non-shooting foul. And first foul of the game, nearly 3 minutes in, and Sewanhaka finally knocking down the first field goal between these two teams.
And Wisniewski is someone that you really cannot leave open, but really, to give Bethpage credit, she was pretty covered on that shot.
Out of the short corner, shot well short from Giacovelli. And now the scrap for the rebound and a tie-up. This time we'll keep it here with Bethpage. And a good job there climbing down to get that, Julie Considine, first-year varsity sophomore. So Bethpage to get it in. Quick inbound, and the three won't go from Considine. Offensive rebound, DeAngio, her second. And DeAngio pursuing a double-double average for her senior season. And she and Jacqueline Zizzo are both going to play in college together at St. Joseph's of Patchogue, Division III program out east in Suffolk County. As Sewanhaka has switched here what looks like to a matchup zone. Off the wing, three doesn't go from Zizzo. Long rebound, Zizzo getting it back. And then to the floater, can't get that to fall. And finally, it's Hayes, the freshman, ahead of DeAngio.
And Sewanhaka did tell us that they may switch into some zone, even though both of these teams prefer the man-to-man style of play. But to force Bethpage to shoot perimeter shots and beat them from the outside.
Good sign for the Indians. Here's McCall on the cut. And McCall lost it, recovered by Wisniewski. Shot clock down to 5 again for Sewanhaka. McCall in the entry pass, putting the shot up, can't get that to go. McCall again on the follow, that will count. Chantel McCall, all-county last year and a 4-year starter, but playing a new position this year as a senior.
But Ford with the entry pass originally was a great dish inside low. Right here, look at how she bounces it in, and McCall's got her player sealed behind her, goes up strong, gets her second chance shot opportunity, draws the foul.
McCall unable to finish the three-point play. But Chantel playing the power forward spot for Sewanhaka. Right now you see how well she defends on Zizzo and the pressure. She had been a starting wing player for her first 3 years as the ball came right to Giacovelli, who missed the jumper. Zizzo another rebound. Zizzo quickly on the pull-up, and she gets Bethpage on the board with the jumper.
And out of that zone, Bethpage able to get some rebounds. They don't have to put a body on a particular player, and that's the problem when you do play a zone, is the boxing out.
Wisniewski defended by Zizzo on the wing, and now Ford up top. Ford looking for McCall, and that's turned over. So Daniela Ford, she's the playmaker of this team, just a sophomore, but 2-year starting point guard, and Alex Supio says probably the toughest kid on this team too. We may see her have some floor burns.
And she really is their catalyst and their floor motivator.
Look at that rebounding number already for Bethpage, and this time Zizzo on the take picks up another Sewanhaka foul. So free throws coming here for the Golden Eagles. And for a first-year head coach, you sure are glad to have a senior point guard for Joe Inglaterra. And here's Jacqueline Zizzo, and she will join Nicole DeAngio next year at St. Joe's of Patchogue, coming off of a very good game, 10.6 assists against Hewlett, and her best game, another good one against Roosevelt too.
Yeah, but she's definitely one of those players that just kind of takes control of the tempo, and they'll really need her to continue to carry them throughout this season.
And it is a short Bethpage bench midway through the season as Zizzo gets 1 of 2. Right now they're missing 2 players that would be in their rotation, including a starting senior, Caitlin McGuggart, who may play if they really need her, dealing with an appendix issue. So 5-3 Sewanhaka.
Places a whole lot more pressure on your seniors, especially when you don't have as many subs.
Wisniewski long on that 3, so she's 1 of 3 to start out. Hayes with the rebound. Wisniewski again. And that time an air ball, and that's out of play to McCall. So that's where Sewanhaka could miss Michelle Niles, who has been excellent shooting threes. You're talking about somebody that has had games of 4 made threes, 3 made threes a number of times this year that Sewanhaka does not have in their lineup.
Yeah, she's had some big shots, and those threes are important because when you can hit those perimeter shots, it really opens up the rest of the game inside where they can get the ball into players like Hayes at 6 foot.
And it lets Ford space the floor even better. Ford using the screen of McCall, taking it in and picking up a Bethpage foul. Foul by Megan Giacovelli, and that looks like it's going to be non-shooting. Giacovelli picking up her first. Make that actually number 2 for Giacovelli as Wisniewski sits. And into the game, Jenny Pakasik. She is a junior guard, kind of the backup point guard. And Bethpage will bring on sophomore Luana Barbuzano. Coming up on 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Ford outside, Hayes on the pull-up. Casey Hayes, a 6-foot freshman with a lot of upside.
And I think that you're going to see her only get better and better. You can't teach height, first of all. Second of all, she just has a whole lot of potential that Coach Supios is just really excited about.
Inside, and D'Angelo picking up another Sewanhaka foul as she's sealed inside on Hayes and Daniela Weinschreiner.
And this is Hayes off of popping out in the out-of-bounds play. She towers over everybody else, but she's got such a nice touch from the perimeter. With as tall as she is, she's so mobile.
Daniela Weinschreiner just picked up her second, and here is D'Angelo to the free throw line. So D'Angelo doing an amazing job rebounding the ball as Caitlin Dempsey, a senior for Sewanhaka, checking in. And this year kind of decided she was the varsity soccer goalie this year, played some varsity lacrosse too, that basketball is going to be her sport, pursued it with AAU, playing together with Zizzo, and putting up some nice numbers as a senior, and a couple of free throws to make it 7-5 Sewanhaka. Ford on the cutting Dempsey. And Dempsey, the basket won't count. That's a travel, and Sewanhaka turning it over again.
But I can definitely see what Dempsey was trying to do. She quickly got in front of her defender, but just took that extra step. But a good solid cut. I think it'll be important that you're making really hard cuts. That's what makes for a good offensive team. It's getting to the position first.
Running floater from Danielle Nendza doesn't go. Nendza staying with it, and we're going to get a tie-up as Dempsey went down, and the arrow will favor Sewanhaka. And so far, Danielle Nendza, Julianne, just a couple of shots, and she has been playing unbelievably well for Bethpage. 4 straight double-doubles, as we said in the open, 6 out of 7, and some big numbers recently. 16-point game against Glencoe.
And Nendza's really bailed them out at times, and you know, Coach thought that she was, if they didn't have her on the floor, they would have lost a couple of games.
Shot in and out for McCall, and the rebound, Julie Considine. Final minute, first quarter. Zizzo up top using the screen of Nendza. Now D'Angelo. And trying to overpower Casey Hayes. And we have a foul on the floor, and that'll be Hayes picking up the personal. Non-shooting. Quick inbound of the shot blocked by McCall. And then McCall will get it back.
And I really like the way McCall plays. She plays with very long arms and tough defender, and really hard to go around her.
Dempsey on the drive, and Sewanhaka will shoot free throws. So this will be Caitlin Dempsey, co-captain this year, and she is in her 3rd year in the varsity and can play a lot. Was once the JV point guard before moving to the forward spot as Daniela Ford started to come into the varsity picture. So she'll have one more.
Dempsey, a very smart player. I think she's got a very high basketball IQ, which you want kind of a coach on the floor, if
One
possible.
out of two. You want to have as many of those as possible. Still waiting for the first coach to say they have 5 coaches on the floor.
Yeah.
But then
I don't think I've ever heard one say that.
Me neither. But then that team would have to go undefeated, wouldn't it?
Yeah, a lot of pressure.
Zizzo out of the corner, and she's got 5 here for Bethpage. 5 seconds to go. Pakasic. And she traveled prior to getting the shot off.
Definitely a good call. Sometimes you can get ahead of yourself on the offensive end.
Inbound Danielle Olive, and Bethpage won't get a shot off. But Jacqueline Zizzo, the story for Bethpage, has 5 of their 7 points, but it is Sewanhaka with the 8-7 lead at the end of one. Second quarter action coming back to Bethpage High School on Verizon Fios One Sports.
Why go into a dark, dingy pawn shop? At Gold Coast Jewelry and Pawn, we're fine retail jewelers, gold buyers, and pawnbrokers. When you pawn something, you're actually placing it as collateral for a loan. Get a no-credit check, cash loan. Buy, sell, or pawn not only gold, diamonds, and jewelry, but other personal items for cash. Gold Coast Jewelry and Pawn. Thank you for voting us best on Long Island. Come see Long Island's best pawn shop. Gold Coast Jewelry and Pawn in Dix Hills, or call toll-free 855-4-PAWN.
Door dings, minor dents, hailstorm damage, shopping cart dents. Call Dent Doctor. Dent Doctor offers same-day dent repair without painting. Dent Doctor saves you time and money with same-day service and prices hundreds of dollars less than the body shop with free estimates. Same-day service and a lifetime guarantee. Dent Doctor is the service you can trust. Keep your original finish. Call Dent Doctor.
Call 1-800-DENT-DOCTOR-1. That's 1-800-336-8371.
Hunger is a critical problem across Long Island. In response, Verizon has teamed up with Island Harvest Hunger Awareness Coin Harvest Student Campaign to educate school children about this serious issue.
It instills values into the children. It helps them to be advocates for Island Harvest.
I like it. I help hungry people feel so good inside.
For more information on how to get your school involved and a chance to win $10,000 for your school, please visit www.islandharvest.org or contact Elisa White at Island Harvest at 516-294-8528.
If other children can do it, then other children will do it, and then other children will do it, and then other children will do it. And then maybe, just maybe, we can abolish all of this hunger.
Verizon salutes the many schools, students, and their families who support Island Harvest's effort to feed hungry Long Islanders.
About to start the second quarter, and Sewanhaka with the 1-point lead here at Bethpage High School. Fans enroll in the Verizon Share the Network program. You and every person referred to Verizon can get up to $50 a piece so everyone wins. And you can get up to $600 in rewards a year, including reward cards good at hundreds of top name retailers where they take American Express. Your friend gets the entertainment, power, and reliability of the network, and you'll both be rewarded. Go to sharethenetwork.com/7. Sewanhaka up 8-7, but it's been Jacqueline Zizzo, A, scoring, Julianne, with 5 out of the 7 points, B, not turning it over against Sewanhaka's usual pressure defense and good length of Chantel McCall guarding her.
Oh, yeah. But Zizzo has been playing phenomenal. She's really just kind of spread the offense, and she's been able to dictate the tempo, really. I really like the way she plays. She's kind of got that intangible X factor that coaches talk about.
Jacqueline's played AAU basketball and invested in her career, so she and D'Angelo look like they'll be nice assets to bring in at St. Joe's at Patchogue. As Zizzo, as we say, that does turn it over as McCall staying with her man-to-man.
And McCall is a tough player to go up against, and Zizzo did well that first quarter, but I think McCall will probably amp up the pressure on her a little bit, make it tougher for her to get any good opportunities or passes down low.
Daniela Georges, a senior for Sewanhaka, coming in. Here's the pull-up jump shot. That doesn't go. That's short from Daniela Ford on the follow, and Ford got her own rebound, so she'll go to the line. So the 4th team foul here, early second quarter against Bethpage. D'Angelo picking up her first. So here is Ford, and despite all of her basketball success that we've seen, she wants to play soccer in college as a goalie. Goes 5'5", and what we're seeing from here, I don't know if I could see down the road maybe her changing her mind because of her basketball acumen here. And goalies, generally they want you to be 6 foot unless you are all world below that.
Right, she's not a real big goalie as far as soccer is concerned. So her toughness, I like her tenacity on the basketball court. And if she can work on her ball handling skills and get that outside shot down, she can be real good.
McCall has 4 here for the Indians on a good entry pass.
And McCall, she's just tough to stop, and her teammates are really finding her right now.
McCall pressuring Zizzo. Danielle Nendza from the outside, drilling a 3. So Nendza, scoreless in the first quarter, missing her first 2 shots, finally gets one to go.
And if you do go into any kind of zone, I think Nendza's going to be one of those players that has to continue to look for her shot.
Here is Dempsey. Now Ford driving the lane. Good pass for Dempsey to finish. Excellent unselfish ball movement by the Indians.
A nice penetration and pitch move, getting into the teeth of the defense, drawing her defender. A great dish by Ford.
Ford deflecting it and coming up with the steal.
And Ford just all over the court right now. You can tell that she really wants this win.
Pakasic on the drive, and Sewanhaka right now finding gaps at a timeout. Bethpage, the Indians with their largest lead here at 16-10.
Pakasic really finding the gaps. I mean, she went around the defender completely to find the hole there, and I think right now Bethpage just has to kind of clamp down on their interior defense because it's a little bit too easy for Sewanhaka to stop that.
Right now, Sewanhaka getting everything right. They have 6 different players that have scored, Julianne, and after the 8-7 first quarter lead, Caitlin Dempsey with 3 points off the bench, Chantel McCall with 4. And let's show you how the Indians have done this.
And the Indians have done so well, and they're really off of McCall and Ford's dribble penetration. The two of them just really controlling the tempo and finding those gaps in the defense of Bethpage. Bethpage just not able to stop their quickness and penetration game.
And Bethpage has turned it over already a couple times, so they only have 1 shot. And the Golden Eagles up high. And the ball turned over again. Here is Ford on the push. And we get a double dribble called. But we have a Bethpage player a little shaken up as Ford pushed. And we'll have a timeout on the floor. This is Caitlin McGuggart, who was not going to play, usually a starter. Coach Joe Inglaterra wasn't sure if they'll get her back. She had an appendix issue, but everything cleared out, but looked like she got poked in the eye, and she's going to be tended to. So it's been a rough little while here for Caitlin McGuggart.
Yeah, it's tough to be out for so long, to come back and to have to, get your stamina back, especially after having some issues and having to sit out.
Ford, great defense, and again stealing it in front of Nendza. McCall on the push and blocked by DeAngio. And Bethpage the other way with Danielle Nendza. Giacovelli, tough lap, spun out. And Dempsey the rebound, but she was tied up. Ball will go back to the Indians though.
A pretty quick series though there, and you see Sewanhaka kind of clamping down. They're double teaming pressure-wise at the half court, and that's what they think. That's what I think that is the key right now, is amping up the defensive pressure so that they can get transition buckets.
And then McCall and others driving the lane. She stays with it, unable to make the first 2. Chantel McCall 0 for 3. Georges on another rebound, but it comes down finally to Nendza.
I really don't think anyone can quite stay with McCall and her athleticism.
Dempsey blocking Nendza. Pakasic knocked away by Nendza. And McCall was fouled. A loose ball whistle against Bethpage.
You see McCall all over the floor though. She's just in just about every single play. And I think you see right here a good job getting back on the defensive end in transition by Sewanhaka and then pushing the ball up the floor. But you see right there, Dempsey, just solid defense.
Sewanhaka has not trailed here in the first half. And right now, still with a 16-10 lead, looking to make it 4 straight wins. And get a road win here in league play, but they travel outside. They had McCall wide open and couldn't complete the play.
Yeah, they really got away with something. Bethpage got away with some pretty poor defense there because Sewanhaka was pretty wide open on that.
4.5 to go before halftime. Julie Considine into the corner for Giacovelli. Nendza, and right now defended in a matchup zone by the freshman Pekasic. Loose ball, Zizzo to pick it up. Shot clock to 8, Nendza out of the corner. Can't get that to fall, and a foul over the back going against Bethpage, and one of those keys for Sewanhaka is to not get destroyed in rebounds, and they are not letting Bethpage do that to them.
And I also think Sewanhaka has done well in this zone defense and really kind of forced Bethpage to take those outside shots. And I think that Bethpage has struggled a little bit with nailing the perimeter shots.
So a timeout on the floor. Coach Alex Supios, and what a job he's doing and taking a program that really has not had much of a winning tradition, Julianne, and it had been 1993 since they last won a conference championship before last year. But he is a guy at a Northport High School, and Northport and Coach Richard Castellano there, plenty of girls that have gone on to play Division I ball, Division II basketball. That's one of the Suffolk County powers. And all of a sudden, he's got some good pedigree. And now in his 7th year, things are looking very up for Sewanhaka.
And they're a very young team with a huge future. They really want to defend that championship that they won last year, and they want to get further in the playoffs this year. Not to the second round because they made it there, but to the 3rd round this year. I think setting goals like that with your team is really important because it just kind of puts that fire in your players to want to reach that goal.
Dempsey. Hayes back on the floor for Sewanhaka. Caitlin Dempsey again running, shot, and that will count. And what a lift Caitlin Dempsey has given Sewanhaka here in the 2nd quarter.
Dempsey really using her strength off of this dribble penetration. She has such a versatile ability to her where she can do things down low and she can face up and dribble penetrate from the perimeter.
Dempsey with 5, and that's already tied for her 2nd best scoring effort of the year. And in this quarter, it's 10-3 Sewanhaka, upping their lead to 8. Nendza to the floater and 1, and Bethpage needed that badly.
Yeah, Bethpage really in a drought that time, and you can really count on Nendza to bring that fire and that spark, and she's coming off the dribble here, and nobody really stepping up on her until pretty late. She gets real deep into the paint and finishes off of a nice touch on her shot down low.
And Nendza just a junior, she's got 6 to lead Bethpage. Zizzo has 5, getting Bethpage within 5. Dempsey dumping it down low to Hayes. Ford driving in, off to Hayes to the pull-up, rattled in and out, but they got a good look. And Zizzo had the rebound. We're going to get a foul on Ford, a little over-aggressive, looking for the rebound.
And you'd rather your kids be a little bit overly aggressive than too tentative down below on the block. It was both teams' keys to this victory to be battling on the board, so you can expect to see a little bit more of that physical play.
Nendza again down the lane. On the kick out, shot from D'Angio doesn't go. And they're going to get D'Angio for a foul over the back. And she's frustrated. That's maybe a call. She normally gets away with it because she's averaging nearly 15 rebounds a game.
But that's a nice job by Ford, boxing her out. She was in the right position, and this is what happens when you kind of get yourself in front of your opponent, and you're able to get her in foul trouble over the back, and that was a solid call.
So that's number 2 on Nicole D'Angio. And Bethpage right now not a deep team. Front end of a 1-and-1 doesn't go for Ford. We saw Caitlin McGuggart get a chance to play, but she's out tending to a sore eye, and they may be down to just 9 players for Bethpage. Nendza, the outside Zizzo, hitting the baby pull-up.
And Bethpage the past couple of plays have gotten the offensive rebounds and battled on the glass, and they're getting those second chances and chipping back into this after the drought that they had.
Quick 5-0 run, but there is Hayes from Ford.
Oh man, I love the way Ford plays. She's able to really draw the defense and find a player like Hayes who's wide open on the block.
And the ball knocked away. Good scrap Ford on the ground, but it's picked up by Nendza. Nendza looked to feed inside, but Pakasic with the takeaway for Sewanhaka. And Ford to settle the Sewanhaka offense as we've got 2 minutes to go before halftime. Ford to the pull-up. And the offensive rebound to Weinschreider. Another one, Pakasic. Then Hayes towering over everybody. And right now, Sewanhaka rebounding the ball the way Bethpage usually does.
Yeah, Sewanhaka really battling on the boards. I think having Hayes down low throws another whole element to this Sewanhaka offense and defense because it just opens up the game for them since they've got some people down low that can battle.
Weinschreider went for the tough layup, and Danielle Nendza pushing. Considine and Nendza getting it back. Here's Zizzo. Jacqueline Zizzo down the lane, missed a chippy, but the follow, Bethpage pulling out the rebound with Barbazano. Another rebound, Luana Barbazano, but that one's short.
And Sewanhaka's struggling on the defensive end as far as rebounding. They're doing well on the offensive boards, but just not finding players to box out defensively.
Good look again from Daniela Ford, looking for Hayes. You talk about having a great young nucleus between Niles, Ford, Hayes, just a freshman, Weinschreider, just a freshman. This is going to be a group that's going to be together for a really long time as Hayes off on the shot. You're talking basically having a starting lineup together for 4+ seasons.
Right, and that's huge because you develop as a whole, as a nucleus really each year. You get more and more used to playing with each other and the chemistry just gets better.
Nendza with a rainbow 3. And she's got 8 points in the quarter and Bethpage within 2.
A nice shot by Nendza, had her feet set and her arms ready to shoot that.
What was your pregame prediction?
Chantel McCall to the step back, nicely done. 6 points for Chantel McCall to lead Sewanhaka.
Such an athletic move by McCall.
And Nendza looking for Barbazano, but pressured outside, so Bethpage turning it over. And Sewanhaka looking for the final shot of the half. Pakasic. Entry pass Wisniewski, blocked by Barbazano. And Sewanhaka will have about a second left to shoot, under a second left actually here on the scoreboard at Bethpage High School. McCall, did she get it off? It would have counted, but Sewanhaka had the 8-point lead. It's been sliced now to 4 here at halftime. The Indians looking to make it 4 straight wins and get a big league win on the road. We're coming back with some first half highlights and numbers here at Bethpage High School on Verizon Fios One Sports.
Driving behind this wheel can be pretty dull, but get behind the wheel at Karts Indoor Raceway and you're in for non-stop action. Our super slick track is formulated for the utmost racing thrills. Now at Karts Indoor Raceway, state-of-the-art Laser Wars Laser Tag, the newest technology in laser gaming. And when you're done having fun, visit Flight Night at Karts in October. Call or check out our website for info on our awesome birthday party packages. Karts Indoor Raceway, the place to race, now with Laser Tag.
This is a story about down-and-out Andy. Andy never had a car, and he never had a girl. But then he discovered the great zero-down deals at Garden City Mazda and Huntington Mazda. They had great prices on new Mazdas with huge savings and 0% financing. They even helped Andy get a new Mazda CX-5 for just $199 a month. Now, Andy has a car, and he has a girl.
We make good things happen at Garden City Mazda and Huntington Mazda.
It's Sewanhaka with the 4-point lead on the road at Bethpage High School. This is Long Island High School girls basketball today on Verizon Fios One Sports. Letting you know about the Watch ESPN app. It's the ESPN Networks now live on your smartphone, tablet, and computer. Go to verizon.com/FiosTVOnline.com for more details. With Julianne Viani, Ralph Pignarczyk, as we jump into our first half highlights, Sewanhaka never trailed, but Bethpage made a run.
And really leading the way is Nendza. She's been all over the floor, coming off of screens for threes, nailing shots, and kind of being that catalyst for them. And also Zizzo, she's got 10 points and 4 boards. So she's been playing extremely well as well, moving the ball well. These two are the ones to stop for this Bethpage team. But on the other end, Sewanhaka just doing so well, and it's Dempsey being the spark for them, blocking shots, taking the ball to the basket, being in the right spot at the right time, just playing with a lot of wits and smarts about her. She's making passes. Look at how she penetrated, dished into McCall. So McCall posting up, making some nice moves down low. Sewanhaka really using the offensive glass to get second chance opportunities. Another one by McCall with a step back pull up, and Ford really being the catalyst as well for that half.
Sewanhaka shooting just 29%. Even could have been better with all the offensive rebounds they've had. Bethpage just 25%. A look at our first half numbers.
And I think that's the key here. And Sewanhaka also has 7 steals to Bethpage's 0. So those steals can really add up. And the 11-9 on the offensive glass by Sewanhaka, they're able to get those second chance opportunities at the boards.
Sewanhaka with the 4-point lead on the road at Bethpage. Second half coming up. It's Long Island High School girls basketball tonight on Verizon Fios 1 Sports.
Resorts World New York, minutes, not hours away. Never before has so much been so close to home. Why travel any further? Enjoy cutting-edge slot machines and electronic table games in an upscale atmosphere. Indulge in our fabulous dining choices. Then meet at Bar 360 for live music and drinks. Located near JFK Airport at Aqueduct Raceway. On-site parking. Access via the A train or free shuttle from the Long Island Railroad Jamaica Station. The night of your life, just minutes, not hours away.
Millennium Hyundai is still under new management, and it's still go time, where we're changing the way you view car buying. Right now, get 100% of your vehicle's original MSRP when you trade it in. Go time! Get back 100% of your car's original value when you trade it in. The only deduction will be 40 cents per mile. Car worth 25 grand? Get back 25 grand. 30 grand? Get back 30 grand. Call 1-800-NEW-KEYS. 1-800-NEW-KEYS. Get to Millennium Hyundai now.
You'll be amazed when you visit New World Rarities. Their incredible selection of gold and silver jewelry, rare coins and currency, and exotic and beautiful collectibles are unmatched on Long Island. And their friendly professional staff makes the process of buying and selling simple and easy. You're always treated fairly. So if you're looking to buy or sell that special piece, visit New World Rarities in Hop Hog, Hicksville, and New Hyde Park.
The first time you got 100% fiber optic Fios, it took your TV to a whole new level. And we're doing it all over again. Introducing the Fios mobile app for iPad. An amazing new way you can watch Fios TV live anywhere in or around your house. Get lots of your favorite channels today. Visit the App Store and download the Fios mobile app for iPad.
Third quarter about to start as Sewanhaka, a 4-point lead at Bethpage with Julianne Viani, Ralph Pignarczyk, and our entire Verizon Fios 1 Sports crew. And Bethpage will open up with possession. And here's Danielle Nendza immediately taking it to the basket. And already it took her so long to get going, Julianne. But now Nendza putting up the field goal. And Bethpage is within 2.
And Nendza doing a good job starting out the half. You want to try to get the momentum early on.
Wisniewski, another offensive rebound for Sewanhaka, but couldn't finish. So here's Bethpage looking to tie the game for the first time or grab the lead. Popping out, Considine looking for the lead. Can't get that to go, and Daniela Ford rebounding the miss. Both teams average close to 50 points per game. In Sewanhaka's case, they're over that as McCall, the step back again, and drawing the foul. Let's revisit our Verizon 4-on-1 keys to the game.
In that first half, effective pressure defense was something Sewanhaka said that they wanted to do, and they haven't. It's been kind of on and off for them, but they haven't really amped that up. And rebounding-wise, they're ahead on the offensive glass, 11-9, but overall, 22-19. They're not ahead Bethpage, they are taking somewhat of an advantage of their second chances, but that needs to get a little bit better because they're losing on the offensive glass. And they're playing with poise. I do think that they've answered that, and Nendza's really stepped up to the call with that, I think, as the leader.
Danielle Nendza already with 11 points to lead all players. One more free throw. And Chantel McCall gets 1 of 2. So she has 7. And Sewanhaka by 3, getting going in the third quarter. D'Angio, who had 2 fouls in the first half, but spins in a layup, going with the left hand.
That's a nice read on the offensive end, seeing that she had the dive.
That's the first field goal for Nicole D'Angio. A great pass, McCall feeding Casey Hayes.
Beautiful court vision by McCall. And Hayes has great hands. I really like how she's always ready to catch the ball.
Timeout called here by Bethpage. And Coach Joe Inglaterra, we started to say before, and we'll get to his story in just a second, but you're right, what a pass it was by McCall.
And McCall just nice court vision, drawing the defense, and Hayes ready with her hands out as a target and finishing down low. You want to throw the ball up high to someone 6 foot tall. She's got so much potential.
Coach Joe Inglaterra, 14 years coaching the JV, but this is his first year coaching girls, Julianne. And he has said, you know, give these girls a lot of credit. They have welcomed me with open arms. He feels like he is learning every single day.
He really is, and he said it's a very different ball game coaching girls instead of boys. You got to be a little bit more literal with girls, and you know, it's not exactly the same. Some of the things that he just kind of assumes that players know, it's helped him to become a better teacher.
On the drive, Nendza, and picking up another foul, and Joe Inglaterra probably mentioned Danielle Nendza and the word aggressive a lot during their halftime talk, because she has immediately come out here and looked for her shot.
I'll tell you one thing, Nendza's been playing with a lot of spark. She's playing like a true leader today and taking it upon her shoulders to really be the catalyst.
Danielle also plays varsity soccer and softball, and you see already into double figures for Bethpage. Can't get that free throw to go either, so it's still a 3-point lead. Ball taken away, Nendza. Ford is going to let her go for the lay-in.
Nice anticipation by Nendza. She is all over the floor. She's got such a nose for the ball, and she's really aggressive and playing so well.
McCall taking it in. Got her own miss. Kicking it out to Hayes. McCall on the offensive glass again. And Sewanhaka just has a knack for offensive rebounding.
And especially that player right there, McCall. She is getting a ton of offensive rebounds. She's up and down. She's boxing out. And she's just using her athletic ability above everybody else's.
Chantel making the first free throw. Has some interest, and Coach Alex Supios is using all the resources he has as Dempsey checks in for the first time. He's been reaching out to Mercy College in Dobbs Ferry, NYIT, and in Old Brookville, Old Westbury, Division III school, to try to get Chantel some looks and to play at the next level. And you can see she's got the athleticism where she'll be an asset for somebody.
Yeah, she can definitely play at the next level. And as a senior, you're getting in a time crunch now, but I do think that someone will pick her up. She has the athleticism and skill to be able to play somewhere.
D'Angio from the outside.
And that was close to a 3. It was a 2, but D'Angio stepping out. And a nice stroke by her with a lot of confidence.
6 points for Nicole D'Angio. Wisniewski stepping into an open 3. Can't get that to fall. And a loose ball grabbed here by Megan Giacovelli. So here's Bethpage looking for their first lead tonight. Nendza to try to give it to him. Giacovelli, an offensive rebound.
But this quarter definitely owned by Bethpage. They came out really on fire and aggressive.
Dempsey finally a defensive board for Sewanhaka. And the Indians having it back again. Sewanhaka reaching the playoff quarterfinals last year, losing a heartbreaking game to an excellent Floral Park team by 4 in a standing room only crowd between the two local rivals, as Hayes called for the travel. So Bethpage getting it back again. As we talked about with Coach Alex Supios about winning close games and being in tight games and experience. Even recently, they had a game against Syosset where they had the lead, they were being pressured. Maybe last month they would have blown that game as they did in the early season, losing a 1-point game to Division. But then just a few weeks later, closing out Syosset recently as another learning step for this team as the jump shot from Considine is off the front rim.
And it really felt like that was just because of their youth. They were messing up kind of in the crunch time in those game situations, but he sees some progression each game as they play.
That's an offensive foul, Julianne, on Chantel McCall, using the off arm. So Bethpage with their third chance at taking the lead. Zizzo, pull up, and under duress, offensive rebound, Nendza in and out.
And that's a tough shot. She rimmed it in and out.
Running the floor, Hayes missed the shot on the great pass from McCall.
And that's unlike Hayes on the left side to miss a left-handed layup.
McCall this time taking Nendza in the post to the pull-up and putting it in.
McCall just able to do it all with her back to the basket, and when she faces up, she's really tough to stop even down low, and she's not a real tall player.
Chantel McCall goes 5'8", playing the 4 spot for Sewanhaka effectively. Here's DeAngio, wild shot, and the rebound pulled in by Ford.
And McCall would be a guard at the next level, and she could certainly play that, and a versatile guard at that, because you could post up smaller guards.
She missed the layup, Nendza the other way, and Ford, the transition reach-in, just picked up a foul. That's number 2 on Daniela Ford.
And Ford a little bit quieter this quarter.
Timeout used here by Bethpage as they continue to try to take the lead for the first time in the third. And this young Sewanhaka team holding them at bay. So Joe Inglaterra coming over from the JV boys program. Great background because he was a college athlete himself at Stonehill College in Massachusetts, and then coached JV baseball for a long time inside this building, now moving over to the girls and trying to get this program going and trying to figure out how to stop Chantel McCall.
McCall has just been all over the floor. She's really posting up down low, and she's finding the basketball and taking it to the basket. She plays so well versatilely. She can rebound the ball, gets her own putbacks, penetration, pulls back and creates space for herself. With her back to the basket, she turns around and faces up. She's one of those players that is so tough to stop, especially at this level. 11 points tonight and 6 boards. She's been really showcasing her skills.
So she is pushing for a double-double. She's come close a couple times, but does not have one yet. So Bethpage to get it in. Here's DeAngio, trapped and then stolen by Caitlin Dempsey.
Dempsey, we love Dempsey. She's just a spark player. I like her out on the floor. She really makes a difference. She's a hustle player, gets a lot of loose balls and creates some things, makes things happen.
Here's Dempsey outside. Danielle Georges into the game for the first time in the second half for Sewanhaka, but we get an Indians turnover. You know, mentioning Caitlin Dempsey too, it was interesting watching her, Julianne, during the half, working individually with the freshman Casey Hayes in her post-up moves. And here's a senior in Dempsey that by the time Hayes becomes an all-county player, which we think she probably will be, Dempsey's going to be long gone thinking about her major and her internship, but taking the time out at halftime to help teach the young player. And what an unselfish move by her. McCall missing and then foul.
Yeah, and Hayes will thank her later on after graduation, but McCall there, a nice job, and it's all off of her offensive rebounding ability to get those second chance shots.
So Chantel McCall back to the free throw line. Has been an AAU basketball player on the same team with 2012 grad Celine Jolicoeur, who's now playing at the junior college level. Was an all-county guard next to McCall last year.
And one thing Coach Supios has said about McCall is that she's been really working on her perimeter game, And I think that that is something she indeed can improve upon. And once she really solidifies her offensive game, she'll be that much more of a difficult player to stop because she's got the other skills already going for her. She's fast, penetrates, pitches, finds open players. So that mid-range to three-point game will be huge for her.
Another steal by Sewanhaka as they got Bethpage caught up in a trap. 9 steals for Sewanhaka, and they haven't had to do it with full court pressure.
And that's the interesting fact about them is normally they full court press, but they're not doing that today.
Losing the ball out of bounds was Jacqueline Zizzo as Dempsey was kind of hounding her. So Sewanhaka will have it back. Their lead had been cut to just 1 2 minutes ago, and now back to 5. Final 2 minutes of the third.
If they hit a 3 here. Yeah, you're right. Yep, you're correct.
Dempsey using the screen. And down the lane. Couldn't hit. And DeAngio will secure the wrist.
But you can really count on Dempsey to get in there and slice through the lane.
Nendza had been quiet. And the rebound will come down again, handled by Sewanhaka. Wisniewski running layup, and it's Pikasik to pull it out. And shot spun out. Danielle Nendza rebounding the miss. You feel like Bethpage needs even more from Danielle Nendza.
Yeah, they definitely do. She's got to step up and have even more.
Or even Jacqueline Zizzo. That's a 3 for Bethpage.
They could use that extra player to be able to kind of help out Nendza.
Ford. And Wisniewski preventing the tie-up. Georges. Wild fall away. Wisniewski to keep it alive. But no shot clock reset. Georges in the post. And missing both. Nendza. Down the lane and picking up the foul.
And I think right there is why you did not see Sewanhaka full court press today, because Bethpage wants to push the ball up in transition, and they've minimized that throughout this game because of no press. But right here we see what they like to do best. Good court vision, Nendza getting out and going.
14 points, Danielle Nendza. Recently had a 19-12 game against Carl Place as her season high. And look at what she's doing, rebounding the ball and even assisting. And somebody that does not play AAU basketball either, thinking that perhaps soccer could be her sport at the next level. But she looks good on 2 free throws, and here is Bethpage tying up Sewanhaka, first tie of the night. .15 seconds to go in the third. Rachel Wisniewski running shot and rebound here by Giacovelli. 8 seconds to go. Giacovelli with the pull-up. Off. Nendza, one dribble, putting it in, and Sewanhaka trails for the first time. And it's Danielle Nendza, of course, for Bethpage. She's got 17 points. The Golden Eagles will take a 2-point lead with them into the fourth. It's Long Island High School girls basketball on Verizon Fios 1 Sports.
At Acura of Valley Stream, you get the best of the best. Acura of Valley Stream has our best price on our best selection of new and certified pre-owned Acuras. This month, you can lease a new 2013 Acura MDX for just $439 a month for 36 months from Acura of Valley Stream. And nobody treats you better than Acura of Valley Stream. Buy the best from the best. Acura of Valley Stream on West Merrick Road in Valley Stream. Online at vsacura.com.
Yesterday, I was treated for brain cancer. Today, I'm teaching my granddaughter the game I love.
With the new Gamma Knife Perfection, patients treated for brain tumors and abnormalities can resume their lives the very next day. Available on Long Island only at South Nassau, the painless single-treatment Gamma Knife is the gold standard of brain radiosurgery. No incision, no risk of infection, no wait to get on with your life. Visit ligamma.org to find out more.
Hunger is a critical problem across Long Island. In response, Verizon has teamed up with Island Harvest Hunger Awareness Coin Harvest Student Campaign to educate school children about this serious issue.
It instills values into the children. It helps them to be advocates for Island Harvest.
I like it. I help hungry people feel so good inside.
For more information on how to get your school involved and a chance to win $10,000 for your school, please visit www.islandharvest.org or contact Elisa White at Island Harvest at 516-294-8528.
If other children can do it, then other children will do it. And then other children will do it. And then other children will do it. And then maybe, just maybe, we can abolish all of this hunger.
Verizon salutes the many schools, students, and their families who support Island Harvest's effort to feed hungry Long Islanders.
Well, moments from starting the fourth quarter as Bethpage has their first lead of the night right now as we start the fourth, 33-31. Today's game being brought to you by Watch ESPN. It's the ESPN Networks live on your smartphone, tablet, and computer. Go to Verizon.com/FiOS TV online for more details. Third quarter, it was a lot of Danielle Nendza and Bethpage.
And this is the key to this game right now is Danielle Nendza. She's all over the floor and she's finding open players as well. And you see Nendza in just about every single play. She's got almost half their points. She's playing unbelievable, playing like a senior, and Nicole D'Angio making some things happen out there as well, but they're playing as such a team, and right there, I love that. The end of the half, there's Nendza ready for that board to put them ahead going into the fourth.
17-9-4 for Danielle Nendza, and 8 of those 17 coming in that third quarter. Joe and Gutauger describing her, she holds this team down, and that third quarter really illustrated that. As Weinstreider out of the corner, no good on the jumper for Sewanhaka. And I'm sure that now I'm even more positive. That halftime speech by Coach Joe Inglaterra having a lot to do with Danielle Nendza's aggressiveness. D'Angio, and that'll count.
And these two players just a spark plug in this second half. There we see Nendza again. See how Sewanhaka double teamed Nendza. Out of the double team, she was able to find D'Angio, the wide open roller. A good finish by D'Angio.
Off on the free throw. D'Angio's been held to 8 points, just 6 rebounds, so that is not like her.
No, it's
Sewanhaka has survived a big rebounding effort from her so far.
Yeah, and you've got to tip your cap to Sewanhaka because they wanted to limit her on the boards, and they have done that.
Good screen and roll. McCall, though, missed the shot. Wisniewski on the follow. Hayes, and that one's short. McCall, and an and one. On the fourth effort, Sewanhaka continues to be excellent on the offensive glass.
Sewanhaka just all over the boards here. Hayes is all over, McCall is all over, and McCall has really given Bethpage a lot of trouble. There's a mismatch problem, but people are not able to match up with her because she's such a tough person to match up with.
16 points for senior Chantel McCall, 4-year starter. And now a timeout here, Bethpage, as finally we saw some of that full court pressure that Sewanhaka is used to putting on from Coach Alex Supios. We've got a good one here in the early fourth with Bethpage with this 1-point lead.
And I think Sewanhaka saw that they were down, so it's time that they have to kind of play with a sense of urgency. It's the last quarter, and so they put on that full court press.
We asked Joe Inglaterra, how has your team handled pressure this year? There was one team in particular, Farmingdale, a AA class school with a lot of soccer and lacrosse athletes that really hurt Bethpage, holding them to just 33 points for the game. And here they've done a pretty decent job of it. For Bethpage, it's been a while since they had one of these, and maybe they hope Danielle Nendza perhaps could reach it. She's in her second year in the varsity as a junior, and Caitlin Dunn there is currently a coach at Southside High School. I know you were a 1,000-point scorer in high school. It's kind of a nice thing. You have to play, and you have to be pretty good for a while.
Yeah, you definitely have to be that scorer, and what's kind of fun, you get the game ball that you score your 1,000th point with. Your name goes up in the hallways of school history, so it's exciting for sure, and not every player gets to do that.
Yeah, it's been about 10 years since they had the last one at Bethpage High School. It's 35-34, Bethpage with a lead over Sewanhaka. You're watching Long Island Girls High School basketball tonight on Verizon 501 Sports. In Bethpage, New York, the home of the Golden Eagles, Bethpage High School with Julianne Vianney, Ralph Bednarczyk. Sewanhaka was thinking they had this game. They were up 18-10, a late run by Bethpage to close out the second quarter, a 4-point game at the half. And now the Indians, with 3 straight wins, are going to have to really work for it here on the road, trailing by 1.
And Sewanhaka really spreading out the defense in a 3-2.
And they get a turnover. Chantel McCall on the open floor. D'Angio had to pick up the foul.
And you wonder why Sewanhaka didn't turn up the pressure earlier than this. I was a little surprised not to see more pressure earlier on, but McCall catapulting that effort as usual.
That is the 4th foul on Nicole D'Angio. And Chantel McCall back to the free throw line. Feel like she's been here 4 times. And has another one, 17 points.
And McCall just flying up the court, coast to coast, drawing some flesh.
One more for Chantel McCall. Her season high is 19 as D'Angio, tough rebound in traffic. And that's why she's pushing nearly 15 per to lead Long Island. Kick out, Considine, that doesn't go. And the rebound underneath. Again, Daniela Ford does a lot of defensive boarding.
And that's huge. That's how they're able to get the ball back.
Hayes on the screen and roll. Tough left shot. Missing on the follow. And the rebound controlled by Giacovelli. Taken right back, though, by Ford. And Ford staying with it. Missing another opportunity. Hayes again. And Sewanhaka back in front.
And that's 3 offensive boards in a row. And Hayes involved with 2 of them.
Up ahead, Nendza leaking out. Reties the game.
And that's another reason that we spoke about before as to why Sewanhaka did not press. And you can see the good things about a press and the bad things, because that's where you can really bite yourself in the if you can't get back.
This one deflected, last touched by Bethpage. And Bethpage will bring back Caitlin McGuggart. And remember, she came in and now wearing a bandage over her left eye. She came in 30 seconds and looked like she picked up a cut. And McGuggart has been a starter, an excellent outside shooter, and was questionable even to play today with an appendix issue. And we'll see what kind of lift she can give Bethpage. Weinstreider down the lane. And the rebound reached for and grabbed by Giacovelli. So here's McGuggart. Across, Nendza, tough catch. And a Sewanhaka foul. Non-shooting. The next one, though, will mean shots for Bethpage. 16th foul on Sewanhaka.
And McGuggart coming in off the bench has got a lot of stamina left. You remember, she's been out for a while.
That one rimming out for Zizzo. And it comes down to Weinstreider. 5 minutes to go, 4th quarter. McCall, tough pull-up. Got her own miss again. Hayes on the other end. McCall again. And finally putting it in. Another series where it seems Sewanhaka has 4 chances.
Sewanhaka missing several shots, but they're just getting so many opportunities, crashing the offensive glass, that they're able to eventually put one in.
And this ball, last touch by Sewanhaka. And what did Coach Joe Inglaterra of Bethpage tell us? That rebounding is huge. If you look back at the games they've lost, when we get out-rebounded, we've been on the losing end. And this can be a big Sewanhaka team. And right now, that is the case. Bethpage on the losing end, giving up so many 2nd, 3rd, and 4th chance opportunities.
And they've also struggled a little bit, too, getting out of pressure. They've got to play with poise. And you see right here with the rebounding margin,
wow.
Sewanhaka 24 to Bethpage's 12. Those offensive boards are what's giving Sewanhaka this slight lead. Bethpage still in the game, but getting blasted on the offensive glass. and they're getting just all these other opportunities to score.
Chantel McCall has her first double-double this season, 19 points, 10 rebounds. However, out of her 10 rebounds, 9 of them, Julianne, have been on the offensive glass.
And that's how she's really getting her shots, is off of the offensive rebounding. And you look here, all the rebounding, everybody, all the purple jerseys just fighting for the rebound. There's Hayes, there's McCall. She's going in and offensively getting rebounds, and this is how she's scoring. I mean, this has been the effort by Sewanhaka that's just outlasted Bethpage. Bethpage is not able to put bodies on Sewanhaka.
McCall right now giving Sewanhaka this 2-point lead with her last basket. And Coach Alex Supios has challenged his senior All-County player to be sharp mentally for fourth quarters. College coaches are going to be watching her and see the little things out there. Alex feels that college coaches look for the little things out on the court that you got to do, such as finishing, but also playing defense as she has done tonight.
And then at the end of the game like this, they look for those ice players. You've got ice in your veins. Are you able to really play in crunch time?
Bethpage has tied the score a couple times, and they've led once. That came at the end of 3. McGuggart will take the 3. Had a good look, and Hayes rebounding. McCall pushing off on Nendza will score. And right now, Chantel McCall playing with super confidence.
A huge sense of urgency by McCall, and she's doing it all out there and playing like she really wants this victory.
McGuggart, that's short. Rebound pulled out by Bethpage, but a double dribble on Giacovelli.
And this was the one thing about Bethpage they had to be real careful with. If they get pressured, they've got to be able to really be calm and poised. And right here we see McCall. She's coming from the entire other end of the court. A great move to the basket, totally rotates her body and slices through the paint. That's a college level move right there.
She sets the screen and will get a foul on the floor as Daniela Ford handled for Sewanhaka. So that's the 6th on Bethpage. Nendza picking up her 3rd. And Bethpage will bring Nicole DiAngio back in. She's got 4. And Sewanhaka by 4. Here's Weinschreider. Plenty of time on the clock for the Indians. McCall this time defended by Nendza. On the spin, and the shot goes, and Chantel McCall, it's a season high 23 points.
McCall just taking over this ball game.
And Nendza missing a chance at an and one on the other end. 6 straight points by Chantel McCall to give Sewanhaka this lead.
Yeah, I'm so impressed with how McCall is playing right now. She's just taking the game on her shoulders and played with so much effort and energy.
And they've needed all of it with Danielle Nendza now hitting 20 points. And for Danielle, this is her season high. 2-year starting junior. Back to a 4-point Sewanhaka lead as we come up on 3 minutes to play. Good showdown here as Sewanhaka 4-1 in league play, trying to stay with 7-0 division. And Weinschreider stepped on the sideline, and it's Bethpage able to force a turnover.
And that's a pretty big possession because every single possession right now counts and is very important. So this gives Bethpage a chance to cut this lead to 2 points.
Pressure, Zizzo getting rid of it.
And when a team sends 2 players at you, it's important that you're able to find the person that doesn't have anyone covering them.
Good job by Bethpage. Jacqueline Zizzo, textbook, hits the jumper.
And they used their poise. They made the right decisions and passes and did not panic under pressure.
Our keys were so good today, Julianne. 43-41. Sewanhaka now a takeaway by Zizzo. Up to Nendza. Into Ford, and Ford does well to prevent herself from being called for the foul.
That's a solid defensive effort by Ford. She did not touch any flesh there. She really just stuck her hands out and hit the basketball.
Bethpage will keep it. And the pass for D'Angio stolen by Ford. 5 steals for Daniela Ford today. And a big Bethpage turnover. Wisniewski firing. Offensive rebound again, Sewanhaka by Hayes. Now Dempsey on the drive, and Caitlin Dempsey, her first bucket of the second half, but it's a season best 7.
And that's a good shot. You want to try to take good shots when you're in the lead. Nothing too soon or early in the shot clock.
D'Angio out of the corner, not her game. Rebound pulled out by Giacovelli. Zizzo, she's got another long-range jumper, and that's a 3.
And that is just a crunch time shot right there by Zizzo, putting them down 1 point, ready to stroke it.
Ford, McCall on the cut, dove in and gets the roll.
What a pick and roll, a good 2-man game Sewanhaka's playing here.
Nendza right back, stripped by Dempsey, but she recovers but missed the layup. And it's picked up by Ford.
Good hands by Dempsey. Anytime Nendza brings the ball down low, it gives the ability of the guards to really get their hands in there and deflect stuff.
Tight game here, timeout Sewanhaka. And these Indians that we talked about, 15-4 last year, going on to the playoff quarterfinals and making that next step, as we said in our open, winning tough league games on the road. And here is the chance for the Indians to get one.
This will really show a lot if they're able, a lot of maturity if they're able to pull this league victory out.
Chantel McCall has been awesome in the second half.
Oh, she has been phenomenal. She's been all over the place on the boards, offensively, just putbacks, pushing the ball with the dribble all the way up the court, coast to coast, making dribble moves to the basket. She's playing phenomenal. She's got a lot of weapons in her arsenal. She's able to make spin moves, hop through Division I type moves.
It's 25 points by Chantel McCall. And she leads all scorers. She's the only Indian in double figures right now. And for the Indians, they're looking to protect this 3-point lead. Bethpage has trailed nearly the entire night. And they've had opportunities to take the lead here in the last couple of possessions.
And Sewanhaka here is going to have to really take the energy that they're putting on that offensive glass right here on the defensive end. This is a big stop for them. And if you look at Chantel McCall tonight, 25 points and 19 in the second half. So she's had a phenomenal second half of action and 10 boards, and mainly on the offensive glass. She's been the huge difference maker in this one.
McCall is left wide open, couldn't hit though. Got her own miss, and instead does even better with an and one.
Oh, and right here, Bethpage just totally got lost on the defensive end. Nobody around her. McCall wide open. And she misses the first one where she was wide open, but makes it even better and easier for herself by grabbing the board and put back and one. Huge 3-point play right there for Sewanhaka.
Chantel McCall, a 22-point second half.
And that just puts the lead up 6 points. That's a two-plus possession ball game.
Here's Zizzo, got a good look. That would have been a 3, and Hayes with the rebound. And now Bethpage may need to foul. They do have a 1-and-1 situation.
But Sewanhaka should pull it out, not force anything.
Instead, it's Dempsey, the cutter, to put it in from McCall.
Unless you have a wide open shot to Dempsey, you want to take that. A good ball movement and team effort.
Ball deflected, and now Ford with the steal. Got it ahead to McCall, who has a 30-point game.
And you know what I love about Sewanhaka right now is they weren't playing not to lose. They've been playing with aggression the whole time. They didn't play with any kind of fear of losing the lead.
D'Angio trapped. And we got the travel call. D'Angio thought she may have been fouled. And Sewanhaka with about 20 seconds to go, as D'Angio is still down and may have hit her head right here on the floor. Real workhorse, describes Coach Joe Inglaterra about her.
And Sewanhaka just really amping up the pressure. Look at this dive by Dempsey. A perfect opportunity for a layup. That's the kind of shot that you want to take, only if you're wide open in that situation. And here we go with McCall. She is just playing unbelievable. She's been unstoppable tonight on both ends of the floor. 30-point performance. That's something that really, that's a career high right there for just about anybody.
Easily. And it's been the two seniors on this young team that have gotten the job done for Sewanhaka. And here's McCall dribbling through pressure. And on a night where they were missing one of their key starters, Michelle Niles, people like Dempsey right here stepping up, McCall having a career performance that what is going to look like not a close game. It was one, but Sewanhaka made it look like it was a 10-point victory on the road to make it 4 straight. 54-44 is the final. Sewanhaka moving to 5-1 in league play.
And I think you just saw Sewanhaka mature as a group. Youngsters really coming into their own.
We're coming back with some post-game reaction here to Bethpage High School on Verizon Fios 1 Sports.
Have questions about cremation? Visit our website at www.acsofnewyork.com. Have questions about cremation? Call 516-546-4626.
In life, we cherish many special moments with the people we love.
Here at the Branch Funeral Home, we truly understand the importance of the time shared with them.
Our family prides itself on preserving those memories and celebrating a life lived while staying within your family's budget.
The Villiante family will guide and assist you during your time of need to memorialize your loved one's legacy. The Branch Funeral Home in Smithtown. Call or visit branchfh.com.
When your business is powered by Verizon, you can do more business per second. And with more reliable internet, that's more per second. And with a dedicated line, it's more per second. And with an additional line, it's more
Table for 15
per second. But most importantly, it's more per second. Get Verizon high-speed internet and phone for just $84.99 a month when you sign up online with a 2-year price guarantee. Plus a $200 Verizon Visa prepaid card and an additional line included. Verizon.
There are heroes on our island, angels among us trying to make our community a better place.
It's about giving back.
Long Islanders coming together and lending a helping hand.
Every single person, when they come, they're being touched personally.
Witness inspiring and heartwarming acts of kindness.
What they're teaching the kids are life lessons.
Heroes on Our Island, Tuesdays at 8 on Fios 1, only on Channel 1, only on Verizon Fios TV, the one place for everything on our island.
I pay attention for a living. I watch plays and make important calls. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. We all play a role in protecting our communities. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
54-44, Sewanhaka makes it 4 straight wins, moving to 5-1 in league play with an impressive road victory here at Bethpage High School. Welcome back here to Bethpage, New York. Ralph Beniorchi joined by Chantel McCall. A 30-point, 11-rebound effort, career-high night. First double-double of the season for Chantel. 24-30 coming in the second half. And Chantel, talk about first your relentless nature in the offensive glass tonight was certainly a big factor. How does that drive you to continue to keep going up and up and up, second, third, fourth efforts like that every single time?
Well, I know my team needs me to score, so I do anything I can to make sure we can come out on top.
It sure felt like you seemed even more confident in the third and fourth quarters than you did in the first half. Did you sense that as you were playing and putting up and looking for your shots the way you did?
Yeah, I felt the game was getting too close, and I knew situations were getting really close. I felt like I needed to step up and score.
Especially you guys were missing one of your key starters, Michelle Niles, today. Did you get the sense that maybe today was going to be a day where you'd have to be even more aggressive today? Sure, it looked like it.
Well, I knew I would have my teammates to rely on if I couldn't step up and do what I need to do. But her being absent would definitely push me to play a little better.
You have so many young players around you. What is it like for you to help players like Casey Hayes, Daniela Ford, to help them grow up even quicker to really make this a special senior year for you?
Well, I'm excited for them because they're young and they got such a long way to go. So I know by the time they get into like the 11th and 12th grade, they're going to be really good. So, yeah.
Chantel, 4 straight wins. You guys won the conference last year. How about the potential this team has this season?
I'm really excited. One of our goals is to get to the third round of playoffs and win a conference again.
Chantel, congratulations. You remember your first 30-point game, 30 points and 11 rebounds tonight for Chantel McCall, doing it on the road here at Bethpage as Sewanhaka takes this one 54-44. We're coming back one final time to look at our highlights tonight from Bethpage High School.
Door dings, minor dents, hailstorm damage, shopping cart dents. Call Dent Doctor. Dent Doctor offers same-day dent repair without painting. Dent Doctor saves you time and money with same-day service and prices hundreds of dollars less than the body shop with free estimates. Same-day service and a lifetime guarantee. Dent Doctor is the service you can trust. Keep your original finish. Call Dent Doctor.
Call 1-800-DENT-DOCTOR-1. That's 1-800-336-8371.
Run to Bears. We've got the furniture for your baby, toddler, and teen.
Bears is New York's family-owned destination for baby and kids furniture since 1906. We're family-owned and operated, so you get the expert help and friendly customer service you won't find online or at those big box stores. Visit our showroom for the largest selection and the finest quality furniture with the most knowledgeable staff, all for the best value. Don't miss our summer of savings. New sales every week.
Oh, run to Bears.
Where can you get the best food on Long Island? Watch the next Restaurant Hunter.
We're on the hunt for unique dining experiences.
And find out from delicious dockside dining,
restaurants that are accessible via boat,
to hot and spicy.
When I make the sauce, I wear a 1941 gas mask.
The perfect pizza, sumptuous steaks, to die for desserts.
Between these two drags, you can find more than 30 different places to eat.
And so much more. Restaurant Hunter, Thursdays at 8 on Fios 1, the one place for everything on our island.
54-44, Sewanhaka comes to Bethpage and picks up the big win by 10 points, slowing down the Golden Eagles in the 10-point victory. Huge second half by 2 seniors for Sewanhaka.
Oh yeah, Sewanhaka was really led by McCall. She had 30 points and 11 rebounds today, but Dempsey that you're seeing there scoring as well, she had a huge lift off the bench. She ended up with 9 points today, but it was the McCall and Dempsey show. They really led the way. They played phenomenal on the offensive end, making great step-back shots. McCall was all over the floor. She made some big-time Division I moves, coast to coast. She was running the floor well and really debuted as just a player that showcased all of her versatile abilities and talents. She really showed that she was a senior here. She was wide open. I mean, I thought that they played just tremendous as a team, passed the ball well, looked up the floor to the open players.
And Sewanhaka able to do it despite being outshot by Bethpage in terms of percentage, but the rebounding total, in particular, the 26 offensive rebounds, that had been Bethpage's Achilles heel. In terms of that, they've been losing games. They weren't out rebounding folks, and that happens again to them.
Oh yeah, Sewanhaka's offensive boards were just key, and the 13 steals was another key. They were able to get a lot of second chance opportunities off of the boards on the offensive end and the steals.
So as Bethpage falls in this game, moving to 5-6, but the big story, Sewanhaka, young program in terms of a lot of freshmen, sophomores on this roster. They have not had a tremendous amount of recent success, but they won the conference last year, and they're chasing division right now, but they're 5-1 in league play. They have a big matchup with division coming up later in the season. Looks like a Sewanhaka team that, even missing probably their leading scorer right now, Michelle Niles, who didn't play today, they look like they're going to be a dangerous threat in the playoffs and to win the conference again.
Oh yeah, Sewanhaka's just really coming of their own, and I think that each step of the way they're going to continue to really improve. They want to make it to the third round this year of playoffs. They made it to the second last year, so I think they're well on their way, and they've got a couple of seniors really leading the way for them.
And kind of a playoff type win too today. Sewanhaka, a tough league road win here at Bethpage High School. They do it by 10 with a late surge. 54-44 was the final. So Chantel McCall, a career night, 30 points and 11 rebounds. Caitlin Dempsey with 9. Casey Hayes with 8 points and 14 boards to pace the Indians. Danielle Nendza, 21, 9, and 7 to lead Bethpage. For our entire crew tonight from Bethpage High School, including our producer and director, Joe Valenti. Now for Julianne Vianney, I'm Ralph Bednarczyk saying so long and have a great night. You've been watching Long Island High School girls basketball on Verizon Fios One Sports.
This has been a special presentation of Verizon Fios One Sports.
Making headlines on Long Island at this hour, police have made an arrest in the death of a 4-year-old boy in Amityville. Jonathan Thompson has been charged with the murder of Adonis Reed. Thompson lived in the same apartment where Reed was found unconscious and injured Wednesday. The little boy later died from his injuries. Thompson was confronted by angry family members outside of his arraignment on Saturday, and extra security had to be called in. For the second time before his inauguration, President Obama called on everyone to join the National Day of Service on Saturday. Thousands of organizations from across the nation participated this year, many of them choosing to focus on the rebuilding of the Jersey Shore and Long Island's beach communities in the wake of Hurricane Sandy. And the wines of Bedell Cellars of Kuchag will be poured at the luncheon that President Obama, leaders of Congress, and other D.C. dignitaries will attend after the president is sworn in on Monday. Winemaker Richard Olson Harbich says he's thrilled about the honor and that the vintage he selected for the White House is a perfect match for a very powerful lunch. And that is the very latest in a Fios One News Flash.
Some very mild temperatures for the weekend. Saturday and Sunday, the temperatures aren't the problem. We've got plenty of sunshine, a little windy, but then things really go downhill. The 5-day forecast, it's all about the cold temperatures. Had a little shot of some light snow and snow shower activity Monday afternoon and Monday night, but otherwise we're talking about a dry 5-day and a very cold 5-day. Temperatures go from the 30s on Monday back into the 20s, some bone-chilling cold for Tuesday and Wednesday, as those highs will struggle in the 20s. And keep in mind too, your overnight low temperatures are going to be really cold as well, dropping it back into the low teens. And throughout the entire 5-day forecast, even though we don't have a lot in the way of precipitation on the map, we're not talking about much in the way of snow shower activity, we're not talking about a lot of sunshine either. We're going to have to deal with a lot of cloud cover throughout the week. That's going to make those temperatures feel even colder, especially in the middle of the week when we're only in the 20s. By Thursday, moderate the air a bit, get back up into the low 30s, but still temperatures below normal as we head into the end of next week.
Welcome to Push Pause, the show that tells the story of your neighborhood. Meet the people, see the places, hear the stories, and make up your community on Push Pause.
Push Pause, freezing the frame on local life.
Freezing the frame on local life.
Freezing the frame on local life. On Push Pause. And one. Go. Bring it up. Good. Slam it down. Up. Down. Good. One bounce. Pick it up. Good. Go. Up. Down.
Charlie DeSilvestri has just 45 seconds to pick up this medicine ball and slam it to the ground as many times as he can.
Time! Good, you got 10 seconds to rotate.
DeSilvestri and 8 others are on a team competing to lose the most weight at On The Go Fitness in Nesconset.
Stay on that leg. Good.
Today is the team's first workout of the Biggest Loser Weight Loss Challenge.
On The Go Fitness is hosting our annual Biggest Loser Challenge. We have 3 teams competing to lose weight over the course of 8 weeks. We have 50 participants in the challenge, represented by 3 businesses. For every pound lost by each team, businesses that represent the team will donate $1 to match that. On The Go Fitness will also match that $1. All of the money donated by the businesses, as well as the money matched by On The Go Fitness from our Biggest Loser Challenge, will all be donated to 3 charities that were represented by the teams in the Biggest Loser Challenge.
Dee Silvestri's team meets every Sunday morning at the gym and finds their own time to work out during the rest of the week. The team is donating all the money they earn to the New York Bully Crew, a pit bull rescue facility. But many of the team members have other, more personal reasons for participating in this challenge, and Dee Silvestri is one of them.
2 and 1. Very nice. You got 10 seconds to rotate.
At 48 years old and weighing in at 261 pounds, Dee Silvestri is ready to regain control of his health, not only for himself, but for his family.
Did you guys have fun? Yeah. How I got to my current weight is just not, basically keeping control of what I was eating or when I was eating.
Dee Silvestri, who works in Manhattan, has more than a 3-hour train commute each day, and he says it's this lifestyle that has made it difficult for him to manage a healthy weight.
I typically don't take the time to make a good breakfast, or at least prepare something so I could make it quick to take with me on the train. Maybe a muffin or some, even at times a piece of bread. And then on the way home at night, by the time I do get home, it's just sometimes, most nights my wife has dinner cooked and ready. But again, I may just grab something quick and not always eat what I should be eating when I come home.
While many Long Islanders with long commutes can relate to this, Dee Silvestri has a more personal reason for participating in On The Go Fitness's challenge.
Good, Charlie. Straight up. Good. Up.
Physically, I guess because of the weight, it's been difficult. I've been diagnosed with sleep apnea. So, I don't always get the best night's sleep, so feeling sluggish a lot. And my father, on his side of the family, has a history of diabetes. My father had it, his only brother had it, and his father had it. So I've been kind of warned already from my doctors.
Dee Silvestri's son, Christian, and daughter, Olivia, are both very active, and Dee Silvestri wants to make sure he can keep up with them for years to come.
My goal for the contest is to get down to around 220, maybe 215 if I can for the contest, and then after the contest, or more importantly, is get down to that weight in a way that I know that I can maintain it.
We're telling you it will work. Diet and exercise still works.
By using On The Go Fitness's meal guide, which gives suggestions of healthy meals and snacks that can be consumed at specific times during the day, Dee Silvestri pledges to limit some of his favorite foods.
Italian bread.
And after his first workout with the team, Dee Silvestri says the most difficult part was
probably stamina. A lot of the exercises, or some of the exercises, I found easier than others. Some of them were a little bit more difficult for me because I carry weight a lot in the middle. Doing sit-ups and doing things like that were a little bit more difficult.
But overall, Dee Silvestri is looking forward to the next 8 weeks of the competition.
I feel very motivated, again, because to me, the biggest motivator to me is that if I don't do this, I'm looking at diabetes, more than likely. So, for my family and for myself, I wanted to really make the effort and do what I can do to lose the weight and get healthy.
In approximately 4 weeks, Push Pause will check back in with Dee Silvestri. But until then, from Nesconset, this is Nicole Indelicato.
You're watching Push Pause on FiOS 1.
You're watching Push Pause on FiOS 1.
Coming up.
Tai Chi is slow, rhythmic movement. It's an ancient Chinese exercise. It's really a martial art.
And coming up later,
to bring the history of Northport into the schools. And we'll be coming in with a museum in a box and giving children an opportunity to learn more about their history.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Dave owed back taxes. After being hit with a wage garnishment and a bank levy, Dave struggled with his finances. He thought all was lost. Then he found out about U.S. Tax Shield.
If you have been threatened with a wage garnishment, bank levy, or tax lien and are scared of what the future holds, call 1-800-648-4315.
Sandra and Victor owed an enormous amount of money to the IRS, more money than they thought they could ever afford. U.S. Tax Shield was able to reduce their tax debt, so that they were able to maintain their lifestyle.
Call U.S. Tax Shield right now to find out if you are eligible for a government program that can save you money. Call 1-800-648-4315.
Paul has been an independent business owner for over 12 years. With U.S. Tax Shield, he got the help he needed with his tax resolution plan to keep his business going.
U.S. Tax Shield has an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and a price protection guarantee.
Get the peace of mind you deserve. Get protected. Get the Shield. U.S. Tax Shield.
Owe $15,000 or more to the IRS or state? Call U.S. Tax Shield at 1-800-648-4315 right now.
And let's go back. Okay, we're going to go forward and we're going to trip over a curb and save ourselves. Coming forward, step with the right.
I had fallen in June and fractured a couple of ribs.
And it was an experience that 93-year-old Frances Hirsch does not want to repeat.
I had to go to the hospital, and then I wound up at the rehab.
Hirsch now attends Tai Chi classes at the Gerwin Assisted Living Center in Comac in hopes to improve her balance and flexibility and prevent future falls.
Forward, squat.
These Tai Chi classes are given through the Huntington YMCA, which takes its trainers out of the gym and brings them into the community.
Hand is above our head and back down in front.
The Huntington YMCA is the first facility to launch the Moving for Better Balance Tai Chi program on Long Island.
Preload. Now we're going to hold the bull right again, so go back to the right.
The program, developed by the Oregon Research Institute, was found to be effective in decreasing the number of falls, risks of falls, and fear of falling in people age 70 and older. According to the Centers for Disease Control, falling is the #1 cause of injury in those 65 and older.
The Movement for Better Balance program was actually initiated as a pilot program through the National YMCA, and the Huntington Y was fortunate enough to be selected as a pilot site to launch